we will be creating so much electricity that you'll be saying, please, please, President, we don't want any more electricity. We can't stand it. You'll be begging me, no more electricity, sir.
Is someone you're thinking of hiring promising things that sound too good to be true?
I could stop wars with a telephone call.
Do their facts and figures not add up?
Actually, beyond a number of 100%. It's a much higher number than that, but...
Does the candidate seem self-absorbed?
People have come up to me and they say, Sir, thank you. Sir, thank you. Sir, I want to thank you. You've made me a hero to my wife and to my family.
In all likelihood, you've encountered the malignant narcissist. Malignant narcissism is a severe personality disorder that pairs the self-absorbed behavior of narcissists with the unfeeling manipulation of sociopaths. Unlike those who simply enjoy recognition from their peers, the malignant narcissist is driven by a desire to dominate for personal gain. And there are red flags you can look out for. Like, do they have an unrealistic view of their own importance?
I have been the best president for the black population since Abraham Lincoln.
Do they only regard other people as tools for personal gain?
I don't care about you. I just want your vote. I don't care.
Do they lack empathy, even for children?
Actually, I was only kidding. You can get the baby out of here.
I think she would believe me that I love having a baby crying while I'm speaking.
Do they speak with an excessive use of superlatives?
Who are the best and who are the worst? Best, the worst, biggest, lowest, best, best. I find it to be about the worst.
If the candidate you're interviewing exhibits some or all of these red flags, trust your instincts and show them the door. Your organization deserves an employee that can lead with integrity and respect. Stay vigilant. Look for the red flag.
1 second here. We need to be fully aware of something. It's more commonly called a playbook. The former losing president of the United States of America is literally a one-trick, what's another word for a donkey? Mule. Or an AWS, actually. His whole thing, his shtick, is to, what can he say that's going to get eyes and attention on him? He doesn't care whether it's a lie, whether it's just BS, whether it's just the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard. All it is, will he get attention? Now, obviously the cable news channels right now are doing lots and lots of Kamala Harris, paying a lot of attention to her, and that's kind of upsetting him. Who knows why? That's the ego. So he needs to say something so ridiculous, so crazy, that people are going to say, yeah, I can't say that. It's been a while. He's found a new, what should we call, side stick, a buffoon, Dr. Phil. Yeah, he's a doctor. I'd love to see his... I would love to see one patient come forward of Dr. Phil who he's actually done anything for. But that's another subject for another day. Right now, he is... Well, I suppose if there's nothing else to do, you could start looking for... well, you know, Trump loves to sell a Bible. Still on the same... This is crazy. Just watch this. It's nonsense.
There are things that you are not in favor of. This ballot harvesting, this mail-in ballots.
It's all terrible.
All of this. But those are the rules of the game right now.
That's right.
Is the Republican Party going to play that game better than the Democrats, or are they going to be complaining about it and get beat at the game with the rules that are in play right now?
It shouldn't be allowed. It's a whole different mindset.
But it is.
You're right. Republicans like to go there on Tuesday and vote in person, and that's been for, for a long time, many years, decades. It's a custom almost. It's a family custom. It's a beautiful thing. The Democrats play a different game. And you have ballot harvesting, but you also have people getting ballots. I mean, in California, you have people getting 7 ballots, Democrats. For instance, I look at California. I gave a speech. I had a crowd so big. I said, "There's no way I could lose California," but automatically they mark it down if you're a Republican as a loss. That you lose by 5 million votes. I said, 5 million votes. I guarantee, if Jesus came down and was the vote counter, I would win California. Okay. In other words, if we had an honest vote counter, a really honest vote counter, I do great with the Hispanics. Great. I mean, at a level that no Republican's ever done. But if we had an honest vote counter, I would win California.
You think so?
Oh, I think so. I do. I see it. I go around California. They have Trump signs all over the place. It's a very dishonest. Everything is mail-in. They send out 38 million ballots. I think it is around 36, 38 million ballots. They send them. You know, when you go into a good place, because we have a lot of honest, very honest places too. You go out to the Midwest, you go to...
Stop. Before we go any further, we have JD Vance now trying to be... I don't know what he's trying to prove. That he knows how to say an S word? Who knows?
What's up, guys? It's a scorcher out there. Holy shit. Good to see y'all. You're all sweating, I can see. Yeah, seriously. Thanks, Taylor. All right. We'll go left to right. Cam in.
I'm not really sure what's going on here, but Tim Walz and Kamala Harris are going to do a sit-down interview with Dana Bash on the Conservative News Network. The Conservative News Network, by the way, pays buffoons, and I mean buffoons, to sit down and give their opinion. Mitch McConnell's T-boy, Scott Jennings, is one of them. In fact, we've got a few buffoons lined up. And these are meant to be the voices of reason. These are meant to be, if we're not too sure with regards how we totally understand, let's say, the manufacturing industry, housing, things to do with health. They bring on these experts who help supposedly educate and inform. You tell me, from what you're about to see, if you spy, if you see... anything which could be determined as education or information. Bullshit, yes.
It's organic. The entire Kamala Harris campaign has been organic. And so now we're...
What? Organic. This is the literal most manufactured presidential campaign ever. She didn't even run.
It's
the opposite of organic.
Can I ask you one question? Like, you've been a part of a lot of campaigns, right?
Yes.
A ton of campaigns.
And in every one,
and how many campaigns in your manufacturing have you been able to manufacture 400,000 volunteers or $540 million? Or
It's clearly an effort to try to do more election interference from Jack Smith. He should be ashamed of himself, and it's one of the reasons why we have to win, because he should not be anywhere near power.
People in Arizona, do you really believe she's going to build a wall? That's just bullshit.
When world leaders sit across the poker table from Kamala Harris, they smell fear. They know her tells. Are you going to gamble our country away on a frightened woman too insecure to tell us who she is?
She is, I will say, the best grandmother that my kids could ask for. They are 7, 4, and 2. Spoils them a little bit too much, Mom. No more Pokemon cards. In front of 1,000 people, no more Pokemon cards. The kids have got enough.
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups. The police who investigate crime, and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. This is the story of Donald Trump. His entire life, Trump has believed he's above the law, that no one would ever dare hold him accountable. He lies, he rips off workers, he sexually abuses women.
Hey, when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
He cheats in business. He cheated on his wife with a porn star and paid her off so the American people wouldn't find out during an election. But in the criminal justice system, ordinary Americans have had the courage to find him accountable, time and time again.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty. Donald Trump, guilty on all 34 felony counts.
For the first time in history, we have a convicted felon running for president. And to take on this case, we need a president who has spent her life prosecuting perpetrators like Donald Trump. He tried overturning Georgia's free and fair election.
I just want to find 11,780 votes.
He's tried to escape any responsibility for instigating the January 6th attack on our Capitol.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you.
And if elected, Trump has promised to overturn laws that would keep him accountable and exact retribution on anyone he considers an enemy, even warning of a bloodbath if he doesn't get his way. So we, the people, have a chance to render our own verdict on Donald Trump. We are the jury he most fears. When we vote this November, we vote for justice, accountability, and the rule of law that keeps America free.